Welcome everybody. This is the Paranormal Activity. I'm Sarah,
I'm Nick.
and we're gonna take a look at something. We're gonna take a look at it.
Something.
I also am gonna say this. There's gonna be a little bit of a trigger warning on this. There's some stuff in here that might not be like fun for everyone, and I think I'm gonna try to like block out most of the like gore and things. And also I want to make sure I have a feeling we might this might be another I might get struck for this too, but let's just make it and then see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens now.
Yeah, and also the sound might be funky, but so what we're doing today is we're gonna take a look at a movie, a short film called Possibly in Michigan. It is a horror musical, and we'll talk about its origins after. You don't know anything about it, right?
No, not until you mentioned it. I just looked it up real quick and I was like, what is this? And I saw, a 12-minute musical horror short. So I was like, cool, let's do it.
I bite at the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me. Some kind of animal cannibal. Animal cannibal.
Sharon attracted violent men. Strangely, she had a way of making the violence seem like it was their idea. Her friend Janice was cut from the same mold. They even liked the same perfume. Arthur, who had been following them closely, was similarly disposed. The three of them had two things in common: violence and perfume.
Some of the music I feel like I've heard, like people use it in clips of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was wondering because it looks like it was in the 80s, and I was like, is this new? They just found a place, but it's crazy that somebody made this in 1983. I don't know, like it's so fucking weird, but I think I kind of love it. Like hearing the music and then the way they talk. Like, have you ever seen The Love Witch?
Yes.
I feel like they watched this and they were like, okay, cool. That's inspired us. Not that they stole. I think it's a very different idea, but they were like, we're inspired by it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the voices and everything, and the music is incredible. Can you hear them saying "mms"?
Okay. This one here smells great. Which one? Smells like Mother's crazy sister Kate. Oh, you think so? Yeah, I do. It smells so good. She couldn't have been that crazy. I don't think so. Oh, you don't think so, huh? No. Well, she put her poodle one time in a microwave oven to eat it. Yeah, to eat it. Oh, no. No, silly. To dry it. But it exploded. And they were both found dead. She must have been out of her head. Oh. Here it is. There's my favorite perfume we've been looking for.
So are you able? You can hear the music, yeah?
I can hear it. And I want to tell you, so I've heard clips of this used like in TikTok videos and Instagram stuff, and I've always wondered, like, where is this from? Like, I now I realize because the way they're talking, and I haven't heard all the ones that I've always wanted to look for.
Yeah.
But I've always wondered because something about the way they talk and that up and down and the weird shit they say, I've always like, this sounds so cool. Where's this from?
Yeah.
It's so easy. And now I'm watching this. So far I love this. This is so great. This
crazy,
I've never.
right?
I've never heard this. I don't know what this. This is the first time seeing it. I love it. I love this. This
Okay,
is
cool.
like everything I want.
Awesome. Okay.
Everywhere. Why don't you buy one for me too, and I'll meet you at the door. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
How do I meet the strangest men? They always seem to find me. Remember that time way back when I kissed a guy who ate his women friends? Now only dogs will follow me.
Is he following?
I bite at the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me. Some kind of animal cannibal made impressions on me. Have we met before?
Possibly in Michigan.
They said the thing.
They said it.
Some strange department store.
We won't see him anymore.
Who knows how some people turn to strange ones? Is it up to me to make them into dead ones?
Here we go again.
I bite at the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me. Some kind of animal cannibal.
Animal? Cannibal?
It's just taking a quick. Are you still good?
Oh, I love this. This is so fucking cool. I am so here for it's so
I love
weird.
that.
And it's nuts, and it's perfectly the 80s, and I love the music and how they sound and how weird and uncanny valley they have.
If you look at this like freeze frame of him just in the background.
In the background, it's
just
so
out.
perfect.
And
it's
his
very
back-
It's very Carnival of Souls. Like, it's very cool.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, cool.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Arthur longed for that sexual scent that smelled like home. He had used so many masks to disguise himself that he had forgotten who he was, who he'd known. He imagined himself a frog transformed into a Prince Charming. He felt the moment he kissed her, he would become the man she would want him to be.
Hello? There's a strange-looking man at my door.
What he look like, Sharon?
Is he that one I won't be seeing anymore? Well, he's not your run-of-the-mill animal. Fiend. Sharon, what do you mean? He's got the head and it's the size of a wolf and a mouth as large as a... Sharon, what do you mean? Well, he's got the head and it's the size of a wolf and a mouth as large as
The better to eat you with, my dear. You have two choices. One, I will eat you now. Or two, I will cut your arms and legs off one by one and eat them slowly.
Why?
For love.
Why?
For love.
But love shouldn't cost an arm and a leg.
For love.
But do you love me?
You smell so good. The sweetest flower of all.
Have there been others?
6,
Then I am the
7.
That's the whole thing.
That's incredible. That was amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I've heard the songs before. I've heard like some of the dialogue. I never knew what it was from, and I've always tried to find it. And I'm so happy that you showed it to me because that's fucking bonkers, and I loved it.
It was real. I mean, when I was like looking into it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be just like hilarious. Some just like old cult, like, Splatter Farm or whatever. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is actually very fucking creepy and like has that I mean, it's like all horror was analog in the 80s, but like I think analog horror kind of like borrowed so much from this. It's kind of like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a fun thing. So this is actually art. This film received funding from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Ohio Arts Council. It was shot in Cleveland. And the year the film was released, its final scene was shown on CBN and the 700 Club, where it was described as gay, anti-family, and anti-men.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that 1983 essence of like, this is against what we believe in. Yeah.
But I do love that the 700 Club played it.
Yeah, the 700 Club was like, no.
This is just bad for men. How dare you? Yeah, I thought it was it's because it's definitely, you can tell it's art. They're like, but there's like she did like really cool. So the artist, this is like part of a trilogy, and so she has 3 films like this, and it's all about like she had a boyfriend who's had an ex-girlfriend who dated a serial killer or something. So it's like kind of about, I don't know, it's just about like like domestic violence, kind of like working through those things.
Yeah, you can see that. that element in there because there's even like that point where he hits her and then yeah, like that's the thing I was watching. I was like, oh, there's a lot behind this.
Yeah.
And just like them talking about like, oh, why do I meet the strangest man? Like the one that tried to like eat his past girlfriend, and like when she just like there's been others like yeah, it was very interesting. It was also like it was very artsy, like you said, and it was creepy.
Yeah, and that he wears so many masks he doesn't know which one is his. That's really there were some really cool, creepy, spooky parts to it. Like I literally was like, and I saw that guy's mask with the big mouth, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah,
and it actually ended up being really cool.
When they did the voice modulation for the guy, when he was like, when he starts doing the wolf, Red Riding Hood wolf quotes and stuff, just like hearing that in my thing, I was like, oh, that's creepy. And he just started talking like that. I was like, this is weird. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, and then it ends on like them being lesbians. Although I think just the two of them being naked doesn't necessarily mean gay, but
yeah. I think it's your interpretation. I know. I was like, I was wondering because I was like 1983. I mean, that is like it mean anything. But 1983, I'm sure people. I was like waiting for the like this is anti-American, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's funny. They totally like they cut him up. They eat the dude. That's why it kind of it feels like the Love Witch took a lot of stuff. Not like it was inspired. You could tell this was like a movie that they were like, we've seen this and we wanted to emulate that kind of like
Yeah, I love her. Oh my god, I could look at that woman's face. The Love Witch lady's.
The Love Witch, yeah. It's just that whole movie is just such. It's like a piece of art that you're watching. The whole movie is just so it's great.
Let's look at a couple of like fan arts.
Of this movie?
Yeah, I just want to show you some fan art.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see it. It's crazy. I love when they're telling that poodle story that's that old urban legend story.
Yeah.
Baby, bring it up inside.
One thing I wanted to show.
That's awesome.
No.
That mask is awesome.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. That's how I was immediately going to be like, does that mask still exist? Yeah, Arthur is out there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like, if you could buy that. It's also like, I just realized I was staring, I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then you could like really see inside that person's mouth.
Yeah. I realized that's their mouth. They just think it's a big, wide open, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I just felt like, yeah, they're all kind of the same.
And they were both found dead.
Oh,
She must have been out of her head.
Yeah, so this is probably something that you would have.
Yeah, stuff like this is where I saw when people
Oh, here it is. There's my favorite perfume. We've been looking for everywhere. But
I just think these things are cool, but we don't have to.
That's amazing.
That's
That's
fun.
so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I didn't
glad you
see-
showed that to me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah, I know I keep reiterating it, but it's like sometimes you think something's going to be like a laugh riot and ends up being like art.
Yeah.
Cool.
It had meaning behind it.
Mhm.
And it was creepy.
It was
It's
meaningful.
very well done, yeah.
Yeah. And it also, this is totally a side note, but do you watch any like Kane Pixel's backroom stuff?
No, you showed me some stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't really not enough to really say that I've watched it, yeah.
He has this one, I mean, his backroom stuff is really good, but he also has like another short film that called The Oldest View, where it's like it takes place in a mall.
Mhm.
And it's exactly like that mall. It's like a 1980s mall. And that's all. So if you it's 45 minutes and it's one of the best things I've ever seen. It's so good. It's so creepy and spooky. It's just found footage of like a kid who finds a hole in the ground, and he goes down the hole and there's a mall. That's like that's like the surprise, but it's
Who
so
does
good.
this?
Kane Pixels is like he's this
Kane
like
Pixels.
17-year-old kid who like makes backroom stuff, but he's like the pinnacle backrooms person.
Is he the one that they gave a deal to?
Yeah, so he's doing something with A24.
That he is, right? That they saw us, yeah, they saw stuff and he's like 17. Okay, I have heard. Okay, when you said the mall thing, I was like, I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you, the oldest view, if you're looking for something to like, and there are 3 parts, and like there are a couple of like shorter parts that kind of just add to the lore, but the chunk in the middle, like the 45-minute chunk, is like that's one of the best things on the internet. I was like obsessed. So
Yeah, check it out.
hopefully I'm not talking it up too much.
No. That sounds cool. I mean, if it's anything like what I just saw right now.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes those. Well, because did you ever see Skinamarink?
You talked to me about that. I don't think I'm gonna.
It was just one of the. Not saying it's a back room, but I felt like it also kind of had this energy of like, I'm gonna put you into this weird little world that we're gonna follow along. I just couldn't get into it. I really didn't like it. But I don't know.
It might just be like a mindset thing when you
Yeah.
get into it. But because I will, like, I've played like pool, like liminal space games, like pool rooms where it's just like you're going through pools for like
Yeah.
hours. I love
That's
those.
why I've seen some of the back room stuff, and that's why like the one you said sounds interesting, and I feel like and this one, this 1983, I know it's not like a back room one, but just it's the way it's the style and everything was so because it kind of had an essence like of what I feel like Skinamarink also wanted to try to be. I don't know. Skinamarink was so weird. I don't know. Anyways,
But it's like that altered reality, and something about it being through like the analog lens just
yeah.
makes it just that much more spooky.
Yeah, when I was like, well, this looks like it's in the 80s, and was it actually? And I was like, it wasn't shot then, right? Because this is like such a. But I was like, oh, it really. I thought somebody just made it look like that, but right away I saw that it was, and I was like, I think it's so cool that people were making stuff like this in the 80s.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I may have to like chop big chunks of it out because I might get.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped talking, because I was like, I might have to just like jump ahead, but whatever. It was cool. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. This is
Nice.
the short one.
Yeah, it was a quick one to the point.
quick one.
Check it out if you haven't seen Possibly Michigan. I loved it.
Yeah, possibly Mission. Give it a go. And then there's a couple of other ones that are Jealous.
By the same writer director.
Same writer director. I don't have it handy, but there are 2 more. It's part of a trilogy.
I gotta check them out. I'm gonna collect the whole set.
Collect them all.
Collect them all.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Catch us
Thank
on the
you.
next one. Give us a like and subscribe if you don't mind.
Yeah. Do it.